What is going on? We're back with another review. Old Trafford, United, same old story. Man United v Rangers. I mean, 3 points is 3 points, is all I can say about it. Wasn't the best performance. Defensively, just shambolic. I did actually think Delict and Martinez played quite well, and Euro played alright. But I think the substitutes changed the game a little bit. I'm not going to put loads of stuff on the screen. I'm not going to lie, because it's just Rangers Europa League. I'm not going to loads of stuff. All I've got is basically the main man on the screen. That's all you need to see. Going through it, I think how that goal is disallowed. It's the softest softest goal, softest free kick that I've seen given against us ever. Literally ever. Like, nothing happens and it still gets given, which is a bit bizarre. Like I said, Delict was a constant threat on set plays. That was a bit weird taking him off for Maguire. But Maguire did alright when he come on. I know the lad scores from his mistake, but it's a perfect touch, perfect left foot finish, to be fair to him, so you can't really sort of say anything about that. Garnacho is he playing because he's leaving? He's trying to get his price tag up a little bit to show that, oh, look what you're missing out on? Or is he playing this good because he wants to stay, improving himself? I don't really know. I hope it's the latter because I don't want him to leave at all. I do love Garnacho, so I really don't want him to go. But if it's 50 million plus a player or 50 million plus add-ons, can you really turn that down as an academy product? I don't think you can with the financial fair play and stuff like that. I don't think you really can turn that down. But anyway, enough about Garnacho. The Xerxes, I want to say that he had a good game, but he didn't. He just had a good game for him. He's not normally that productive, but he does hold the ball up. He does bring people into play. He's just so slow on the ball, and he doesn't get in the right positions. We just lack goals, man. We lack a threat. We lack being give him a chance and he scores. The Haaland, the Jamie Vardy, the Ruud van Nistelrooy, the Drogba, that play where you think if he gets a ball, he scored. Harry Kane, even like. I'd wonder about putting a bid in for Harry Kane. I know he's 32, 33, but for him to be your main striker, play every weekend and play Highland midweek, I think it makes sense. But how much he would cost you, I don't know how long his contract is, to be perfectly honest, but it's always an option. I think you can get a free transfer in January. That is going to bolster our attackers. We just don't score goals. Ahmad and Garnacho and Eric's actually played really well today as well, to be fair, but Ahmad is obviously he is the what's he called? Jewel in the crown, is that the saying? He's a jewel in the crown. Then you got Garnacho, who obviously I'm a bit biased because I do love Garnacho. Bruno Fernandes, how people give him stick is beyond me. I think he is. I'm going to put my neck out there and say he's the only world class player we've had since Fergie retired. You could argue Zlatan, Pogba. I'm not even forgetting all of them, like including all of them. I just think he's consistently world class for how long's he been here now? For what, 6 year, 7 year? And his numbers incredible, absolutely incredible. He's just so good. Played a bit deeper tonight. Pick the ball up, spreading the play, keep the ball ticking over, a bit Scholes, obviously not as quite as effective as Scholes, but a bit Scholes-esque. Getting the ball, dropping it off, even the long balls into the sort of channels for Garnacho, Ahmad, Xerxes when he decided to get his fat ass moving. He was really good. Obviously, the ball over to the top. Who else do you want in our team to be on the end of that ball in the 92nd, 3rd minute? It's just him. Why would you want anybody else apart from Bruno Fernandes in that position? He's proved time and time again he is one of the best players in Europe. He just simply is. And if we were, I know he's 29 now, 28, 29, so we haven't got many world-class years from him. But anybody who thinks they're trying to replace him, like, you just don't like football, you don't watch football, like, why would you? He's work rate, he's passion, he's tackling, he's crossing, he's shooting, he's assists, his goal record. It's just unbelievable. He's your captain for a reason. People question because he whinges a lot and because he moans. When he does moan at other people, it gets stood out because he is very whale and frail and arms all over the joint. But he moans at himself. When he gives it up, he's not shouting at other people, he's shouting at himself because he's annoyed. because his standard is an 11 out of 10, and he knows it's an 11 out of 10. He's proved that it's 11 out of 10. So when he does something that's a 9 out of 10, which most people would be proud of, he's annoyed at himself because he's used to better. And it's coming to the point where people are getting on his back now because that used to him being the 11 out of 10 Bruno Fernandes. When he slightly dips, people throw the toys out the pram and say, oh, Bruno Fernandes is not the player he was. He's believing his own hype. Well, it's absolutely bullshit. Like, unbelievably bullshit. He's one of the best players in Europe, and he has been for 5-6 years now, and it's not even a question. His stats back it up. His work rate backs it up. He's captain of one of the biggest teams in Europe. It's just baffling how people don't like him. He's unbelievable. He loves the club. He's very good with the media. He never ever calls anybody out, which sometimes I think you need, to be fair. Maybe he's too nice. But on the field, he does call people out, and you can see that. And people whinge at him for that. People didn't moan at Roy Keane. Simple as that. But anyway, the goals were decent. I quite enjoyed the game. The atmosphere was incredible. Rangers fans are always going to bring that atmosphere with them everywhere they go, to be fair. But obviously Old Trafford, with the amount of fans that they had, obviously it did. My computer's just beeped. I don't know what that was. So it's just one of those things where I think you've just got to take the 3 points and you move on to the next game. It's basically as good as done now. We are basically through. In the top 8, I think it is in this competition. I'm not sure. But we're fourth now. We've got one more game, Standout Bucharest. Last game of the league campaign, or the league format, or whatever it's called. I think we could probably go there, get a win, draw, just top the points up, keep the momentum going a little bit. I do quite enjoy the fact that he played a bit of a rotated team. Don't even get me started about the goalkeeper. Bayern D have done really well tonight. I'm not even going to mention his name because he winds me up so much. I'm not even going to mention his name who got dropped, but I think going forward, Premier League against Fulham on Sunday, I think you've got to start Bayern D. I think you've got to drop him on. I think you've got to give him a kick up the backside and just say your mistakes, 2-3 a game, which is baffling because people called David De Gea and he made 4 mistakes in 10 years. But Anana's making 1 a game, at least. That's leading to goals as well. Fair enough if he makes it and it gets hit wide, hits the post, goes over, defender clears it, but it's not, it's resulting in goal. And that's when it's obviously flagged a lot more to people. Other teams and obviously United fans. But Bayern has got to keep his place. I think he's been solid the games he's played. I know he had that game where the ball went over his head on the corner. But it's a flash in the pan, isn't it? It's one of those things. Sometimes happens, but I think he should be given a chance. Mazraoui didn't play. Agate got half an hour to keep his fitness up. Manu came on and made a bit of a difference as Kobe Manu does. He plays through the thirds really well. He collects the ball wherever he is. The one-touch passing, the little flicks around the corner. He gets Man United moving. I'd love to see him in the number 10, to be honest. Bruno Fernandes said a bit on a commentary today that he wants to see Bruno drop a little bit deeper and Manu go in the number 10, which I kind of agree with, but I do think you lose a bit from Bruno Fernandes when he's that deep. You do need him closer to the opposition box, opposition goal, to maybe try and create things, the little balls through to Ahmad and Garnacho into the spaces. I think you do miss that if he's a little bit deeper, but he does have that first time sweep, the De Bruyne pass, where it comes and he just carries it on its way. He does have that in his locker, which can switch the play and obviously sort of set attacks up, especially with the two, I was going to say wingers, they're not wing backs or whatever, Diallo and Ahmad. Diallo and Garnacho are. But yeah, I thought this game was poor. First 45 was really poor. How are we conceding and holding on again? It's just not acceptable. Maguire loses the flight of the ball. The lad is unbelievably happy with himself for that first touch and that ping in the far corner. Like, he's not scoring a goal like that again in his life. But it's just one of those things you got to accept. Maguire's probably holds his hands up and says, yeah, should have done better, should have battered him, should have just cleared it, basically. But he didn't. And the goal 1-1. And obviously Bruno with that unbelievably finish. Yeah, it's one of those. Let's just see what we get with Standout Bucharest and Fulham on Sunday. It is a quick one because, like I say, it's only the Europa League. But I'm saying only Europa League now because it's only group stages. When I get to the quarters, semis, and final, I'll probably change my tune a little bit because I'm a fickle fan. But please do leave your comments in the comment section below. Please like the video if obviously you appreciate what I'm saying. And please do share it with your friends, family, all that kind of jazz. And I will probably next see you in the Ghost of Tsushima video, but the next review will probably be Sunday. So, in a bit.